everybody, this is Cindy Serpanini from Imaginations to Creation, and today I'll be teaching you how to make two very simple, easy paintings, and one will be dandelion themed and the other one will be fireworks themed. And this is using one very simple, easy technique, and it's very quick and easy. And the technique we'll be using is something that requires a toilet paper roll. And you're also going to be needing a scissors, and we'll be cutting the toilet paper roll into a really simple way to create such a beautiful design and painting. And you're also going to be needing the paints of your choice, like your favorite colors, anything like that, because this is abstract art and it doesn't need to be any certain color you want. And then you're also going to be needing something to squirt your paint onto, like a palette. Something flat would be easy for this because we need space to stamp it kind of. And you're also going to be needing a paintbrush or something to spread your paint around. And I also recommend water and a paper towel just to clean out your brushes and stuff. Alrighty. So we're going to go ahead and first start off by cutting our toilet paper roll. So obviously you need the toilet paper and the scissors, and you're just going to cut little snippets at the edge. You don't want to make them super thin or super thick either, but you don't want them all the same size too. And I'm just making little snippets like this. And I'm not making them too tall or anything either. And you just want to do this all around. Until you get to this side. And now what we're going to do is kind of just push these outwards. And once we've got them pushed out a bit, we just kind of want to flatten it down. It's okay if some of them get a little bit crinkled or bend, if they bend a little, as long as you got that basic shape we want. So it should look kind of like a flower actually, right now, like this. All right. So now, once we've got that, I'm going to first start off with the fireworks. And we're going to be needing some different colors for this, because not all fireworks are the same colors. And if you'd like to, you can go 4th of July themed, but you can do anything you'd like. And you're also going to need something to squirt your paint onto. All right. So I have my palette here. I'm just going to squirt some color. So I'm going to first start off with my blue, and I'm going to be doing this one on the white canvas. All right, so I have a little bit squirted on there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread it around a little. And you can do this with a paintbrush actually, too. So I'm just using like a small paintbrush, and I'm spreading it out. Like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab this, the toilet paper roll, and I'm just kind of gonna splatter it on here and get some paint on there. And you may have to hold it at an angle for the paint to actually get on it. Alright, so once you feel like there's paint on it, and if there's ever like some extra little strands that are kind of annoying, you can just pull them out. But all I'm gonna do is make a little, I'm just like splattering it down. And I'm gonna do one more right here, but I'm gonna put colors on top of them again. All right, so I'll be putting colors on top of these so it won't like stay blue. So I'm just gonna go ahead and scoot this out so you guys can see this. But for this next part, I'm gonna be doing a green color. I'm gonna go ahead and just squirt it onto my palette. And it can go right on top of the blue because we're putting these colors on top of each other anyway. All right, so I'm gonna get my paintbrush. And my paintbrush doesn't need to be fully cleaned either. These colors will mix a little bit, which is totally fine. We're gonna grab this. We're gonna splatter some green on. Like this. So it should look something like that. And now we can do a different color. So I'm gonna do like an orange. And if you'd like to, you can play with it and squirt the color right on top of the green and blue color you just created. But it might not create the color you're going for, but you can always try. If it doesn't create what you want, that's totally okay. And you can go ahead and just redo it. So I got a little bit of paint here. And I'm going to spread it out with my paintbrush. All right, then I'm going to grab this. I'm just going to add color on it. And we'll be doing a bunch of different colors to create cool firework looks. All right. So now on top of this, I'm going to do a teensy bit of red. All right. So I have some red here. And I'm just going to spread it around. Like this. I'm going to grab this. And I'm just going to dab it all over. I'm going to dab it on here. Like this. And I'm going to do one last color. All right, so for this last color, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my next color. And I'm going to use some purple. And I have some purple on here. And I'm just going to go ahead and mix that purple in. And I'm going to dab on top of it. All right. All right, so our palette should have like different random colors, which is totally fine. And now we're pretty much done with all of that. And if you'd like to, for fun, if you have extra paint, you can mix all the colors that you have on your palette, and you can use that color one last time. Alrighty, so I have a color created like this. Since I have extra paint, I'll go ahead and use that. And once it dries, you can put a few colors on top again if you'd like to. But now we're going to move on to the dandelions because it's kind of a little clumpy and wet. So I'll most likely add some more colors because the colors underneath aren't super duper visible. So I'll add them in some different areas after it dries a little bit. But meanwhile, we can move on to the dandelions and then it'll dry once we're done with the dandelions. So for this, the dandelions tend to be like, they typically are like a yellowish color or like a white sort of color, but you can really use anything you want. And I'm gonna go ahead and use like a mix of colors. So I'm gonna use a teensy bit of yellow and then a teensy bit of orange mixed. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix them together. So this is like an abstract art piece, so it can be really however you want it. It doesn't need to be like mine, and it doesn't need to be like anything specific, as long as it's yours and you're satisfied with it. So I'm just showing you like the technique and everything. I'm not really making you do it any sort of way. Alrighty. So now I've got my basic color, and I'm just going to spread it out a bit. And because this still has all these colors on it, I'm just going to cut this side now for this new piece. Alrighty, so I'm just going to push these out again. Alright, so if it's a little bit difficult, you can go ahead and actually just cut these extra pieces off. Alrighty. So I've got it pretty much as I can everywhere possible. But now I'm going to do is just push it down and push it down. Like this. And you don't want to fill them in random areas because you will be adding stems. So for the stem, I'm just creating a line that comes down. And it should be pretty thin. But if you make a mistake, that's okay. You can just fix it. Like this. So I'm just going on top of it, and now it looks pretty cool. Now for our last step, all we have to do is do something in the middle of it. So for this, we're just gonna make like, so you want a rough paintbrush, and you're just gonna add a little, like, we're just gonna dab at it kind of, like this. We're just gonna create little dandelion-like features in it. All right, so it should look something like this. So now we're pretty much done, and you can add your own little details to it. So these are just little quick, easy, simple ones. Now back to this one. The paint is still a little bit wet, but that's okay. So you can use any colors you want, but since I have this orange, I'm just going to use the orange. Like this. And if it's not quite looking like fireworks, you can add some red on top. And also you can add some more blue so it looks more like fireworks, because these are the general firework colors. But this might not look like fireworks right now because these might not be the general fireworks you see. But this abstract art, so it'll be however you want, and it doesn't need to be like anything specific. So this is just from your imagination. All right, so that's all. So that's pretty much all with these two. Alrighty. So that's pretty much all for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed because I really enjoyed teaching you all today. Thank you all for coming, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you. Bye.